esta es mi posición, yo.
With lyrics like "This country is a prison" and a song titled "Rap is War," Los Aldeanos are not a group you'd expect to hear in communist Cuba. By 2009, the group had a big following in the underground Cuban hip-hop scene, its lyrics appealing to young Cubans frustrated with government oppression and censorship. Their edgy lyrics were also appealing to the U.S. government, which would fund a plan to use Los Aldeanos without their knowledge. The plan was to spark a youth movement designed to undermine the Cuban government. But the U.S. needed someone with expertise in combining music and a political message. It found that in Rajko Bozic. Bozic was involved with Serbia's Exit Festival, an event born out of protest concerts that inspired a generation to oust former President Slobodan Milosevic.
They energize people and they convince people the change is possible.
According to documents obtained by the Associated Press, Bozic was hired by Creative Associates, a contractor funded by USAID, to, quote, help Cuban youth break the information blockade. He saw Los Aldeanos as perfect recruits for this mission. In this 2009 interview, Aldeanos members Aldo Rodriguez and Bian Rodriguez talk about the goal of their music.
We're not pushing for an armed revolution. We're talking about a revolution of thought and progress for society. Nothing more than that.
Bozic approached the group saying he was a promoter interested in taking their music to a wider audience. The entire plan was kept under extreme secrecy. Los Aldeanos weren't made aware of Bozic's link to the U.S. government. Melissa Riviere was the group's manager at the time they were approached by Bozic.
I wasn't quite clear what his intentions were, but it seemed like he was part of what I was trying to avoid, which was political manipulation of Los Aldeanos.
His pitch, she says, to produce a TV project showcasing young rap artists to be distributed throughout the Cuban underground on DVDs. Aldo Rodriguez and Los Aldeanos accepted. But Bozic and Los Aldeanos drew the attention of the Cuban authorities. Aldo Rodriguez was held in jail for a night after speaking out against the government at a concert. The plan was part of a greater scheme by USAID to get young people to start a movement to undermine the government of Raul and Fidel Castro. It also involved the creation of a Twitter-like social network called Zunzuneo, previously reported by the AP in April. USAID, which is best known for distributing aid to needy countries, said in a statement, quote, "Any assertions that our work is secret or covert are simply false." It said its programs were strengthening a civil society, often in places where civic engagement is suppressed and where people are harassed, arrested, subjected to physical harm, or worse. The work between Bozic and Los Aldeanos would culminate at the popular Rotilla Music Festival on the beach near Havana. Los Aldeanos took to the stage, calling out public officials by name and taunting police. Following the incident, the government barred them from making music and worked to suppress the hip-hop scene as a whole. They now live in Florida. They still rap, but their message now has a softer edge.
I think that they were exploited as a resource. They were used as a tool, and they've lost their authenticity.
The U.S.-funded project failed in its mission to foment change in Cuba, compromising an authentic form of protest which had produced some of the hardest-hitting grassroots criticism since Fidel Castro took power in 1959. Robert Bumstead, Associated Press.